Hi, welcome to your daily practice. Today's practice is meant to do in the beginning of one of my programs. Today's practice is going to focus on breath. So before we get started on any kind of movement practice, I want to make sure we're on the same page on how to breathe, and with that, what it means to meditate. So in my belief system, meditation is not necessarily just sitting in a quiet space in your home or out in nature like I am right now, but it's a time for focus. So you can be meditating while you're walking, while you're spending time with your children, while you're at work. Since we're these multi-dimensional modern humans, I think that we have to kind of expand the box about what it means to meditate. The majority of us, especially those of you that are going to be watching this video, we're not just sitting under the Bodhi tree reaching enlightenment. We're homesteading, householding people. And so I want to incorporate meditation into our regular life. And so this practice is going to be an opportunity to meditate with your breath. And when we're doing all of the subsequent videos that I'll be sharing with you, I want to make sure that we're all breathing the same way. We have dozens of breathing techniques, and today I'm going to be teaching you a 4-part breath. 4-part breath is going to have 4 parts: the inhale, the exhale, the holding at the inhale, and the holding at the exhale. We're going to start it slowly, so we're going to start with just connecting with our natural breath, and then we're going to start to feel the fullness of equal part breathing, where your inhale and your exhale are the same length, and then we're going to incorporate the retention of the breath to bring those 4 parts in. So we're going to start with sitting tall, and when we're sitting tall, we're thinking of lengthening through the spine. We're thinking of rooting down through our sits bones, through our knees, through our feet, getting heavy in those areas, and letting the crown of the head reach up toward the sky. And when we're sitting up tall, we're also thinking of if we're rounding, if we're hyperextending. A lot of people, when they sit up tall, they end up hyperextending, opening up their throat. And it's not so much that, it's finding this easy spot. So in yoga, we call this Sukhasana. Sukha meaning easy. So this easy position is a position that you can maintain. If we cannot maintain the position, we're not going to be able to focus on the meditation and the breath. We're going to be thinking of the body. So take time to get organized in your body. If you want to sit in a different position, maybe you're on your heels. Maybe you're sitting in a chair. Maybe you're sitting on a blanket. I didn't bring any props with me as I'm out in nature right now, and so just make it work for wherever you are in this moment. You could even take this practice in your car, waiting for an appointment to start. Like, I want to make it approachable and as easy as possible. So we're gonna, we're just gonna sit comfortably, and this is comfortable for me. So find your comfortable seat, sitting up tall. Let's take a few cat-cows. So cat-cow is rounding and arching the spine, rolling the shoulders forward and then expanding through your sternum, rolling your shoulders back. Let's roll our neck a few times in both directions. And the other way. And just kind of loosening up any tension, letting your ear drop down toward your shoulder. Taking a deep breath. And the other direction, ear toward shoulder, deep breath. Let your shoulders relax, drop away from the ears. My hands are rested onto my knees, my elbows are soft. And then inhale your head back up through neutral. And then notice yourself getting a little like of a pie face, where you're tucking your chin ever so slightly so that it's lengthening the back of your neck. So what we're trying to do here is create this space, this channel that the breath can pass up and down, okay? And so the breath starts down at the tailbone. So feel your tailbone rooting down into the ground or whatever you're sitting on. And then notice that line of energy passing out through the crown of your head. The hands will rest down onto the thighs. Let's have the hands facing down. That's more of a giving mudra. The way we put our hands, we call that mudra in yoga. So you'll hear me use the word mudra, where I'm wanting your hands in certain positions. So hand mudra face down. You can connect your forefinger and your thumb. That will help bring some balance to your true self and your changeable self. And then start to close your eyes. We're closing our eyes so that we can shut off one of our senses. So that we're going to hear more, smell more, feel more of what's going on inside. And so what we're first doing is we're just greeting the body that's showing up today. So start to notice the body. Notice any points of sensation that are coming up. Noticing your feet, noticing your ankles, noticing your lower legs, your knees, noticing your upper thighs, the backs of your thighs. Taking time to greet your pelvis, your hips, the lower belly. Noticing your middle belly, where your digestive organs are. Noticing your side body. Noticing your rib cage. And at this point, notice the breath, the diaphragm. The diaphragm being the part of your body that stimulates your breath, that allows your breath to move up and down in your torso. Notice your shoulders. Notice your arms hanging heavy. Notice your hands heavy. Notice your shoulders rolling back. Notice your throat. Notice your neck. Notice your face. Notice your hair. And then start to release any wrinkles at the forehead, between the eyebrows. Take a deep exhale. Inhale through your nose, out through the mouth. Noticing yourself getting more comfortable here. And everything that happened until this point happened is in the past. And now we're going to focus on being here. Arriving. We've arrived. We can congratulate ourselves for getting to this moment in our day. And we want to notice those little wins. The times that we're impressing ourselves, the times that we're succeeding. Even just sitting here down here on this mat, it's a moment that we can articulate that to ourselves. We can thank ourselves for taking this time. So thank yourself for starting this program, for starting to connect to your inner self. And then we're going to notice just the way the breath is showing up today without any change. Without trying to control the breath or judge the breath. We're just noticing our breath. Noticing if it's quick. Noticing if it's long. Notice if it's more in your inhale or your exhale. And then we're going to start to focus on letting the breath out slowly. And then inhaling slowly. So we're not going to count the breath yet. We're just being a little bit more thoughtful on that. Oh, I'm inhaling. Sometimes the breath just comes automatically and we don't put much thought or care into it. But now we're just going to be more intentional about, oh, I'm inhaling. And maybe you can notice my body undulating here. On my exhale, I'm going to get a little heavy. I'm going to let my shoulders drop, my chin drop, and maybe even scooping out my lower belly. And then on the inhale, I'm going to sit up taller. Because this inhale is the enlivening aspect of the breath. It's the stimulating aspect. It's the masculine energy. And the exhale is the letting go, that releasing, that more feminine energy. And so we're going to blend the two. We're going to inhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale 5. 2 more rounds, inhaling. Exhaling. Another time. It's equal part breath. Okay, now we're going to add on to it. So now we're just calming our nervous system. When you do the equal part breath, it is for a calm nervous system. It's for stimulating your parasympathetic nerve. So I'm hoping that you're feeling a little more relaxed in this moment. And the idea is that we're going to stay relaxed. So if any moment the breath is making you feel like you're not doing it right or that you're not performing appropriately, come back to a slower breath and focusing on the exhale. Okay, so a couple more tidbits here. When we're inhaling, we're ballooning out the belly. And once the belly is full, then we're going to bring that breath up into the chest. And then as you're exhaling, the chest drops, the ribs knit back together, and then the belly kind of firms, actually. As you tighten it, you're draining the air out. And then you're inhaling, you're opening, ballooning. Because when you're ballooning the breath, you're not going to have tight abs. We can get to that later when we do more Pilates work, but right now is the stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're opening up the belly. We're letting that breath rise up and to expand through the rib cage. And then rib cage deflates, belly deflates. You get this tightening and you get this holding at the pelvic floor. So the inhale, open pelvic floor, open belly, open ribs, expansive energy. Exhaling, contracting, knitting the ribs, emptying the belly, tightening the pelvic floor. So we're going to add on to the two parts of the breath with 2 more parts, the retention breath. So now we're going to inhale for the count of 5. And then at the top of your inhale, this is when the breath is going to really get into the clavicle, the shoulders, the neck, because you're going to maintain that breath out for the count of 5. You can start with 2 if 5 is too much. And then at the end of holding the breath, now you're going to exhale, you're going to tighten, and you're going to maintain that tightening. So if you've ever practiced Kegels, you're going to do your Kegel. You're going to hold that breath out, maintain nothingness in your body. You're not sucking anything in and you're not letting anything out. You're just maintaining emptiness. And then you'll inhale, open the pelvic floor, open the belly, open the rib cage, breathe up into the shoulders. Maintain that breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release the breath. Tighten at the belly. Hold it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. Hold the breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale the breath out. Hold it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. Hold for 5. Inhale for 5. Hold it in for 5. Exhale for 5. Hold it out for 5. Inhale for 5. Hold it in for 5. Exhale for 5. Hold it out for 5. Now maintain that pattern. I'm going to do it with you, but I'm not going to talk. So we're going to do this for 10 cycles. That'll be about 1 minute, or 2 minutes, excuse me. That'll be about 2 minutes if we do 10 cycles. So let's do that together. I'm draining my air out now. I'm going to hold it out for 5. And starting a new cycle. Okay, finish off your last cycle, your last round. And then keep your eyes closed and just notice the sensations in your body. Notice the thoughts that are arising. Maybe you can notice a deeper sense of peace, a deeper sense of calm. This is a great practice. You can see that just in a short period of time, we can stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system. So we can get out of that rush, we can get out of the stress, and we can drop into a place of nourishing restoration. And so go ahead and drop your chin down towards your chest. And then reach your arms up toward the sky, interlace your fingers, and drop your hands at the nape of the neck. Round your elbows in to go around your head by your ears. And just take a moment to stretch your upper back. And then rolling little half circles. Rolling your throat open, elbows open, and then exhale, drop the elbows, drop the face. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, dropping. The other direction, inhale, open. Exhale, close the elbows, drop the face. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And then we'll end with the opening. Inhale, open. Collect your head with your hands. Support your head. Grab the nape of the neck and get a little traction in your neck. Let your elbows broaden, open up through your chest. And then gently prop your head up on top. Release your hands. Let your hands go out from your shoulders. Press your palms away. Circles at the wrists. Hands down by your sides, down by your hips. Push into the ground. And then exhale, release, bend your elbows, settle through your pelvis. And then inhale, push through the ground, straighten up really tall. And then exhale. And then hands to the heart. And again, thank yourself for beginning this program, beginning this new way of being, a way of being where you're nourishing yourself and all the places, mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for practicing.